Hi, thanks for joining me on this journey. We are still in the Essential Guide to CBD. We're on letter H, and heart disease. This is very near and dear to my heart. I spent most of my career in cardiology, whether I was in the cardiac cath lab and working with the doctors and doing angioplasties and stents and electrophysiology studies, or working in the industry where I trained cardiologists and staff on the other side with stents and all parts of the heart, cardiac arrhythmias, doing defibrillators and pacemakers, and also doing a device to help people that had atrial fibrillation to help them prevent throwing big clots. So this is very near. And then my parents both had some form of heart disease. My mother had a stroke when she was young, and so this is important to me and should be important to everyone, because heart disease is a catch-all phrase for the disease that develops when the arteries of the heart cannot deliver enough oxygen-rich blood to the heart, leading to events like heart attack. It's the leading cause of death in the United States, killing about 650 Americans each year, which is about 1 in every 4 deaths. That's so many people. Key risk factors for heart disease include unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, diabetes, overweight and obesity, and excessive alcohol use. Similarly, a stroke, which is sometimes called a brain attack, occurs when blood flow to the brain is blocked or reduced. So the same precautions that protect against heart attacks and other cardiovascular disease, the same precautions that protect against heart attacks and other cardiovascular disease, like diet, exercise, and healthy lifestyle that can include CBD supplementation, can help prevent stroke. CBD can also play a key role in protecting the brain after a stroke. How about that? It's amazing. That's another for brain injury, traumatic brain injury. There's a whole section on that. So if you need more information on that, we can get to that. Research shows that CBD can maintain healthy cardiovascular function and prevent heart disease on a number of fronts, including protecting against hardening of the arteries, lowering blood pressure, and reducing the incidence of potentially dangerous arrhythmias. An arrhythmia is when you have your heart rate is either too fast, too slow, very irregular. It's actually called a dysrhythmia because it's not right. It's something's wrong with it. And they could be deadly. It starts inside your arteries. When the linings of your artery walls are injured, they build up plaque that can cause the arteries to narrow. This is called atherosclerosis. It's a prevalent form of heart disease. Inflammation is the leading cause of this type of injury, as is high blood pressure. Exposure to tiny chronic doses of THC has shown to slow the progression of atherosclerosis in animal studies. THC and CBD are both vasodilators, meaning they widen your blood vessels, a process regulated by the endocannabinoid system. This can have pronounced positive effect on blood pressure. Well, that makes sense to me also, because if you have anxiety, go back to letter A, if you have anxiety, you're going to have higher blood pressure. And CBD helps lower your anxiety, make you feel more calm. So it makes sense it's going to help lower your blood pressure too. So the data on this is very fascinating. CBD may also protect against cardiac arrhythmias, or irregular heartbeats, where the heart beats too fast, too slowly, or with a regular pattern. Arrhythmias can be brought on by long-term stress, as high cortisol levels can raise blood pressure, blood cholesterol, blood sugar, triglycerides, and other risk factors for heart disease in general. CBD's anti-anxiety properties can help combat stress, lower cortisol, and protect against arrhythmias related to those causes. Research shows that CBD can suppress irregular heartbeat caused by stroke-induced ischemia, that's inadequate blood supply to the heart, and can minimize tissue damage caused by the lack of oxygen. A study published in the British Journal of Pharmacology found that when rats were given CBD 10 minutes before a 30-minute coronary artery occlusion, partial or complete obstruction of blood flow in the coronary artery may cause chest pain, heart attack, and tissue damage, or 10 minutes before blood flow was restored, they experienced fewer arrhythmias and less tissue damage than rats not giving CBD. I actually have a friend that had a heart attack, and it was pretty significant, but he recovered so quickly, and the doctors were astonished, but they all attribute it now to his taking CBD, and he's older, and him taking CBD all the time, which is just amazing. He has such a great story. I can share that with you if you're interested. He has a great testimonial. Research in this area is still in the early stage, but already shows great potential, except for we all know, follow the money, and who's going to make money? They can't patent a plant, so that's why they keep making pharmaceuticals to a alternative to the plant. They come up with a synthetic of the plant in pharmaceuticals. So the pharmaceutical industry is actually alternative medicine, right? If you can get a remedy from a natural source, from a plant, but they can't patent it, so it's amazing. CBD also delays the reabsorption of the chemical called adenosine, meaning that you cannot have more of it in circulation, which quells inflammation and helps maintain healthy heart function. If you're already taking blood pressure medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or other heart conditions, it's important to consult with your doctor before you start taking CBD, although they probably won't know anything about it. I can also tell you that later in this book, I know that there is a section about how CBD has been shown to lower your LDL, which is the number in your cholesterol that you want to be lower, and it helps keep your LDL lower. So people take all these statins and stuff with all kinds of risk of taking a pharmaceutical long term, and maybe this plant-based remedy is the solution for you. Not making any claims, but I think it's worth looking at. And again, it always goes to quality of the product. You have to know what you're using. It's not a regulated industry, so if you don't know what you're using, it could be anything. They put motor oil in a bottle and slap CBD label on it. So if you need help with finding a good one, I have one for you. And if you need to be consistent, make sure that you take it regularly, like any supplement. You think of it like a daily supplement. And you need to be patient. Pharmaceutical may have an immediate impact, but it has long-term consequences, where this phytocannabinoid, the CBD from the hemp plant, you may notice a benefit right away, but really it's with continued use that you find the benefit. So, and you don't have long-term consequences from taking it, which is the opposite for pharmaceutical. So thanks for listening. Hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help people. Thanks so much.